Hello everybody, hello everyone. Yes, it's again Winds of Change on the channel. It's Tuesday, and we're gonna do that visual novel again. Hello the chat, hello Siberian. So, let's start the game. So, I think last time we had to choose a new seer in the game. Hello that killer of death. But you have to wait until the game is starting because it's quite slow to start. Despite it's just a visual novel, but yeah. Great. Here we go. Okay. So last time we played, it was there, I think. Yeah, purity 30%, more 100, book reads, okay. Yes, we were at the that new place with all the rooms. Yeah, maybe we can start. Okay. 21 months in a row. Thank you very much for your sub. So we're here and we can do some romance now. Which one we should choose? Demick, art to art. Would be interesting to have Demick art to art too. Enter Demick's personal quarters and see him sitting on his bed. He's gripping something in his hand. It looks shiny and metallic. I take a few steps forward, making my presence known to him. He immediately jerks in fright, startled by my entrance. Looking away from me, he wipes his eyes with haste. He's wearing a wide smile by the time he looks back.
Oh, hey there. Just keeping up my habit of not being receptive, I suppose. If I knew you'd be here so fast, I would have put out some food.
Yeah. He stands up and walks to the nearby table. After placing the object he was holding on it, he lets out a soft laugh. I look at it when I get the chance. It appears to be some kind of brooch.
I trust our HQ is to your satisfaction. Hopefully the rebels have been treating you with respect. That blade strap to your back pretty much gives you away. Let me know if anybody acts out of turn. I won't hesitate to put them in their place, you know.
Okay, now...
You're our honoured guest and should be treated as such.
Yeah, guest. So maybe you can start something very interesting. I'm sure I like it when you pamper me like this. Oh, of course, I will keep you in the loop. Yeah, let's start this choice here. I want him to blush.
Hey now, don't get used to it. Your guest privileges extend only so far. After today, you'll be under a strict training regimen.
He pulls out 2 chairs and proceeds to sit down. Taking the side closest to the brooch he laid down, he looks up at me.
Care to join me? I wouldn't mind getting to know you a little better.
Oh.
You're more than just a seer after all.
Oh, more than the seer after all.
It's rude of us to treat you like some sort of symbol. I know some of my troops do that to me since I'm the general, but there's more beneath the surface.
Oh.
So much more.
Much more, okay. I nod and take a seat in the chair opposite Demick. He smiles and leans forward, displaying an attentive pose. His lack of speech makes me realize that it's my turn to speak. I tell him everything I can, pretty much summing up my life. I tell him how I met Thea and Vanessa and how we grew up. But most importantly, I tell him about the loss of our parents. As soon as he hears that story, I can see him stands up. It reaches for the brooch, clenches it tightly in his hand. After a few moments of holding on it, he starts to relax.
The occupation. We all lost something special that day. Some of us lost far
Hello,
more
early
than others.
control.
What an unlucky day to be in Mazea, huh?
No.
Your parents could have easily avoided that mess. Mine, however, well, not so much. It's complicated. I don't remember what my parents did exactly. I think they owned some sort of tavern or restaurant. It's odd how I remember little else but the chaos.
I can't remember. Okay. He slams down in his chair, his posture emanating sorrow.
I wouldn't normally tell anybody this, but you're special.
Oh.
Oh, not really special, but you caught me holding on to it.
Okay. It's out the brooch, and I get a clear look at it for the first time. It's a floral pattern, clearly feminine. I'm curious why he fancies it so much.
This brooch? It used to belong to my mother.
Oh.
She loved it. I made sure to retrieve it from her body after the occupation.
Oh, God. He scoffs before shaking his head.
I remember the piles of bodies, hundreds of them lining the town square. The days after the occupation were horrid. Corpses as far as the eye could see. Luckily, I knew exactly where they kept my mother's body, so I went straight to it. How did I know? Well, maybe I'll tell you another time. Just know that this brooch means more to me than anything else. When I hold on to it, it takes me back to simpler times, you know? I don't tell anybody because they need me to be strong. You can't win a war with sentiment after all.
Oh, yes.
I have a certain image to maintain.
He looks at me with a smile.
But I feel I can be myself around you.
Yeah.
You have the same burden, the same appearance to keep up. When we're together, I just feel like I can be myself.
Okay. So, maybe we can have more fun with him if I say, I hope we can be together more often. I like you.
Oh, that caught me a little off guard. I guess it explains a few things. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm flattered. Can we please put a pin on that till next time?
Yeah. Next time.
And sorry for venting about the occupation. It's not exactly the most cheery subject, right?
No.
Just felt
not
right
really.
to open up to you some more.
Yeah. It stands up and pushes the chair back in. I guess this was my signal to leave for now. I stand up and offer my hand for shaking. It does nothing and I am left looking like a fool. This isn't the first time he refused to shake my hand. Whether I might comment on the matter, it changes the subject.
Let's meet in the war room whenever you're ready, Seer. This might be your last resting day for a while, so spend it wisely.
Okay. He smirks and sees me out of the room. It was nice to learn more about him and his past. Rather than being the general, he's becoming more to me. Oh, okay. That was interesting. Which one? Which one should talk to? So here it's okay, cannot access content at this time. If there's an X, you must be proceeding art to art. Okay. Okay, character not in your party. Oh, okay. Vanessa is here. Okay. Okay. So let's see with Vanessa. I enter Vanessa's room and sees her pacing around. She looks like she's in deep thought, so I clear my throat. It was enough to get her attention, and she turns to me with a smile.
Oh, hey, Seer. I was just thinking about stuff. So much has happened since we got here. I'm still trying to find a way to save Valinor. I found a few books, but nothing too promising. In fact, some scholars doubt that the idol even helps.
Okay.
They say it's just a superstition or something. But how else do you explain East Crown? Such a harsh and sudden climate change. And how would you explain Alorinthia, for that matter? Was it destined to always be an arid wasteland? The spirits must have something to do with it. But there's a part of me that hopes they're right. If the spirits weren't keeping us warm, then we're fine. Nothing bad will happen to Valinor at all, right? I can't believe I'd say something like that. All my life, I've been raised to believe in the spirits, but now the best thing to do is throw that belief away. It's been over 20 years since the idol went dark. I can't say that I've seen Valinor get any colder. There's more to this. There has to be. If they don't protect the land, then what does an idol do? They need to have some sort of purpose, right? All of that energy packed in one small thing. Anyway, I need to study more. I'll get back to you on that in the future.
She smiles, yet gives off concern at the same time. It's good that she was thinking about this kind of stuff. Remaining resolute in this circumstance was admirable.
This HQ is a pretty nice place, huh? I'm surprised that those suits of armor built this. Look, there's a bed here. Why would they need that? Demick says they want to live again, but there must be more to it than that. It's so intricate and clearly built for an army.
Yeah.
I really think they wanted to help us out. That's why they built this place the way it is. They must have known what was going to happen. But that also means they're defying the triumvirate. What if we could use their own honor guard against them? Though, to be honest, I still feel a bit hesitant using that term. After what they've done to us, there's no honor left to protect. They've condemned the souls of so many victims to servitude.
Yeah, that's awful.
I guess it was only a matter of time before they rebelled too.
She sighs and sits down on the bed. I slowly walk over and sit down beside her.
Look at me. All business as usual. Maybe people are right. Maybe I need to unwind.
Okay.
Life can't be any fun if you never take a break, right?
You want to unwind, so let's unwind together, Vanessa.
I guess I should start from the top, huh?
Okay. She motions to the table. There's a bottle of wine on it.
Fortum has been bugging me about this for a while. I guess a drink or two will do plenty to help me unwind. Wanna keep me company? It's better than staying alone.
Yeah, sure. I nod and we moved from the bed to the table. She pops open the bottle and pours each of us a glass. However, she doesn't sip. She seems hesitant.
Shouldn't we have a toast or something? I mean, we're supposed to drink for a cause, right? I'm new to this, so I'll let you do the honors here.
Yeah, perfect. Is to being good friend, is to us getting closer together, is to brighter future for all of us. No, you have brighter future for all of us.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
We each take a sip and begin to while away the house. I get mine off work and we talk for a long time. After that, I see myself back to the crew quarters. Happy. Okay, it was just drinking, but I can't refuse to drink a good bottle of wine. So what else we can do? No, we can access. Okay. So we're gonna, I guess, personal quarter. Why are there candles so close to the bed? I can understand wanting to be warm, but why fire hazard much? Maybe I'd blown them out if things got too concerning. There's a bunch of scrolls and books on top of this shelf. They must belong to the previous owner, Shane. As Demick mentioned, this used to be his quarters. A bit odd to give them away if he's still alive, though. After investigating a bit more, I find his journal. The last entry is regarding his upcoming mission.
Shane's journal. Demick has tasked me with something risky, but I know I can pull it off. I'd never let him down, and I truly owe him my life. He wants me to get caught on purpose.
That's very dangerous.
I know, it sounds stupid, but if I can get behind enemy lines, my insight could be invaluable. We know a lot about their castle, but we still know next to nothing about the Triumvirate themselves, let alone the forces of the Inquisition. This is my chance to expose them. So many questions, finally answered. I'll have to brush up on my acting and make it look like I'm actually getting caught. That'll require some planning, but I'll make sure that it seems natural. They'll likely starve me, or torture me, or worse. But I'll endure it. It's nothing new.
Nothing new?
I've
What?
endured it all in the past before Demick saved me and took me in.
Oh.
I'll survive it again for our cause. And for him.
Oh.
Shane.
He's in love with Demick. Okay. Hello, Ambrose. So he was scared, but loyal to Demick. I would say even more than loyal. Good thing Demick isn't the type to take advantage of that. I'm sure Shane will carry out his goal just fine. Definitely. Food. There's a table lined with pretty much everything I need. It seems like this room was equipped with stuff for a long stay. However, something told me I wouldn't get to make much use of it, sadly. My training regime would likely be intense. Early to rise and late to sleep, I could tell. Warning, moving to the war table will initiate Act 3. Act 3 is a long series of cutscenes with no side content. Please make sure you have sufficient time set aside to watch. Yes, we have. So we're gonna save right now before that scene. Okay. Return. Continue story. Here we go. I enter the war room and see Demick standing over the table. He's moving wooden figures from place to place, forming a strategy. I guess this was my first time seeing him in action. It was impressive.
I'm glad you came, Seer.
It talks to me while he works, displaying grace and lack of effort. It's almost like this is second nature for him. What was he planning? I notice a map on the table with figures scattered about different regions.
So tomorrow we'll begin your training with the Blade of Exodus. But in addition to that, we'll have to train you in swordplay as well.
Yeah.
I think Ulrich should be free. I can't really think of a better teacher.
He has a scabbard on my back and the base of the sword.
We think that the more you use it, the more you'll tolerate it. If you're like me, you got overwhelmed the moment you touched it. It's about adapting. Slow exposure will help you become stronger.
Yeah, or dead.
But we're also in a rush, so I've worked out a schedule for you. It balances both exposure therapy as well as combat training. There's a bit of free time in there too. You'll be needing it.
He points to a paper resting on the war table. I pick it up and start to inspect the contents. It's a detailed itinerary. I'm impressed.
Now, there's one more thing. The spirit idol we discovered is right down there. It's a bit of a walk, so I'll have to show it to you later.
Okay. He points to a small exit in the back corner of the room. It almost looks like the entrance of a cave. It stands out. They must dug out a large portion of this room.
It's also where I chose to bury Salus, our former leader.
Oh.
I guess I can be sentimental when it comes to that stuff. It just seemed like the right thing to do, you know?
Oh my god, it's a grave. Ugh.
Now, let's go over your...
Before he can continue, he's immediately cut off. Pro runs into the room, panting heavily, clearly exerted. Oh, thanks Deoxys for the host and thanks Corridagon for the biddies.
Demick, come quick!
What? What happened?
Pro, what's going on? I'm in the middle of a meeting here.
The meeting can wait, Demick, please! Grizz is here and he's causing a commotion!
What?
What? Alright, let's go. We should probably talk to him, Thea. I'm pretty sure I know what he's after.
Uh-oh. We all nod to one another and Pro starts leading the way. Whatever was coming our way, I'm sure Demick could handle it. We run to the Triumph to handle this situation as fast as we can. When we arrive, I see Ulrich standing imposingly before Grizz. A good choice. Ulrich could fight off almost anybody.
Stand down, Grizz.
I only want to see Demick. We had a deal and it's his turn to deliver. Don't forget, I'm the only reason you're down here.
Grizz looks back toward us, noticing our entrance.
Please, Ulrich, stand aside. Insubordination isn't your style.
He tilts his head back toward Demick. Ulrich turns and looks, noticing that we're here. Saying nothing, turns around and walks away. He rests his back against the wall and simply watches. It seemed like almost all of the tension was cut from the air. Those two men in deadlock was a scary sight to behold.
Good. Now, Demick, it's time. Unless anybody else wants to challenge me.
Demick takes slow step forward, cautious not to make sudden movements. Grizz grips the handle of the hammer resting on his back, as if to threaten.
Now, Grizz, let's remain calm. I fully intend to hold up my end of the bargain. There was just some important business to take care of.
He motions toward me.
Yeah, I know. But all the pieces are in place, Demick. Will you please take me to see it?
Demick shuffles in place, anxious.
I suppose I can rearrange my schedule a bit. Sorry if it appeared like I was going back on my word.
I'll accept that apology when you take me to the idol. I'm sure you understand. I'm past the point of buying time. And make sure you bring that new friend of yours as well.
He's talking about me. Oh, so it was the idol he wanted. And from the way he spoke, he wanted me as well. Of course, this is all likely related to the Blade of Exodus.
Very well.
Demick simply concedes without contest. Of course, because before we can move, there's an interruption. Being a rebel was a busy life, it's always something. However, this something was far bigger than any of us imagined. Demick looks in shock as a young man slowly enters the room. With heavy, elaborate steps, they appear to be weak and tired.
Shane? Shane, you're back!
Huh? Oh. Demick runs forward and Grizz steps back. He seems to understand what was going on, too. Shane had come back from his trip to Balteus?
Demick.
Shane, I can't believe this! I was so worried we lost you!
Oh, he escaped? What? Everyone watches in heaven.
Did they hurt you? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Pro, go grab some water, quick!
No, Demick, I'm fine. Don't worry about it, Pro.
It's a trap. There's something wrong. Pro stops in his track upon hearing this. If anything It just looked like Shane needed some rest.
I'm sorry, Demick.
Sorry for what?
For what? Oh, don't be silly, Shane. I'm the one who should be apologizing here. It was foolish of me to send you into danger like that.
Shane steps forward and wraps his arm around Demick. Everyone seems so relieved, and all of the tension is gone. Even Grizz cracks a smile as he watches this happy reunion. But Shane takes advantage of a lowered guard. Reaching into his pocket, he pulls out a dagger. Before any of us can react, the damage is done. Demick screams and stumbles back in shock. Shane was fast. His abdomen is covered in wounds. He shakes, blood spilling on the floor at an alarming rate.
Shane?
Elric is the first to react. He tries to restrain Shane. However, it's no use. He's far too agile to be caught.
Shane, what have you done?
Doesn't respond and grabs a bow and some arrows from a nearby weapon stand. All of us are panicking, not sure what to do. Could Elric take on Shane alone? Within a few moments, though, that is the absolute least of our worries.
Sophie, now!
He's there, oh my god. Immediately after Sophie enters the room from the entrance to the tunnels. There's a man in the white suit of armor with him too, like the honor guard. What was he doing here? He was definitely coordinated. We're in trouble.
Sometimes I wish it wouldn't be so easy. Look, Helen, even the suits of armor are still alive. All the time in the world, and they didn't even act.
Pitiful.
They both look at all of the honor guard in the atrium. Minding their own business, they just stumble around. There's a lot, but they pose no real threat to anybody. Sophie steps forward, looking at all of us. Elric grips his blade and stands in the way.
Leave. Or else, what? I'll kill you. So dramatic, Ulrich. You've certainly grown. Where was that bravado 500 years ago?
Elric growls and grits his teeth, easily provoked. All of us are locked in place, too scared to move.
You're outnumbered. Don't test me. If Demick dies, we'll find another leader. You've done no real damage to us, Sophie. Is that so?
Sophie grins and raises one of his hands in the air. With a dramatic snap of his fingers, I stumble back. The blade is reacting and trembling. What's going on? There's a quick flash of white light. Wait, I know this feeling. From my vision of Valley North, when he animated those suits of armor. Can he truly manipulate the blade without even touching it? He can. All hell breaks loose before I can even start to process these events. The honor guard grab their blades and start massacring the rebels. The simple snap of his fingers, he sends them all into a murderous rage. All I can hear is screams of agony as our forces are caught off guard. Bodies start to litter the floor, while other rebels grab weapons and fight. Grizz runs forward and grabs Demick's body, slowly dragging it away.
Seer, come with me. Let the rebels keep the enemy occupied. I have an idea, but you need to do what I say.
I nod and follow after him. I'm still not able to process anything. Or would the rebellion recover from this? Within minutes, almost all of the rebels were killed. This isn't how things were supposed to happen. I look down at Demick's body, and it's motionless. Hello, Siberian. A trail of blood follows me and Grizz as we flee the area. But before we can leave the atrium, Shane notices the trail. I feel a sharp pain in my chest and suddenly drop to the floor. I can't move. I look down and notice an arrowhead protruding from my torso. He shot me in the back, That's all I can take before everything fades away. However, with that just happened, I'm certain of one simple fact. The rebellion is no more. Vanessa and Fortem rushed to the atrium, threatened by the sound of commotion. Members of the Honor Guard rushed past them to carry out their brutal objective. When they arrive, a roar awaits them. It's clear that the rebellion has lost.
Oh no!
Ulrich, what's going on?
Ulrich is locked in combat with Sophie, violently swinging his sword. But Sophie dodges with ears, swaying his body from side to side. When he gets a chance, he lands a harsh punch on Ulrich's chest. Falling back, Ulrich is brought to his knees. He pants heavily, trembling as he rises back up.
I don't hide behind a sword like you and your seer. Now tell me, Ulrich, how does it feel to lose to me? To see everything around you crumble and fall?
He loves that maniacal echoing through the halls.
Perhaps now you regret changing sides.
Never. This isn't over, Sophie. Stand back, both of you.
He waves his arm dismissively at Vanessa and Fortem. However, it was already too late. The Honor Guard is closing in on them. Ulrich turns and tries to help them, but a blow to the back of his head knocks him down. He can only watch through blurred vision as the Honor Guard overpowers them. Screams assault his ears, and they're slowly silenced. Had they been killed too? He scans the room, trying to find Pro, but he can't. Perhaps he's among the bodies. Sophie steps over and kicks Ulrich in the gut, causing him to grunt and roll over. A few moments later, he kneels down and stares Ulrich straight in the eyes.
You thought you had everything under control. Abandon Valenorth, gather your forces, and attack Balteus. It would work if we didn't have you in our grip the entire time. All we wanted was to destroy Mazeo's spirit idol, Ulrich, the final idol in all of Alestia. The sickness almost cured. I know what you're thinking, though. The vision of Valenorth? The seer saw only what the Triumvirate wanted him to see. A trick to lure every single one of you down here. It worked! And after I kill you, the seer's life and that blade will be mine. May the Triumvirate reign eternal.
Shen and Elaine approach Sophie, leaving Ulrich to look up at all three. Sophie holds a hand out to Shen, which gives him his dagger without hesitation. Pressing it up against Ulrich's throat, Sophie pauses, savoring the fear in his eyes.
I'd ask if you had any last words, but you don't deserve this satisfaction.
Not so fast!
Everybody quickly turns to look as Pro runs in from the tunnels. He pants heavily, having clearly run a large amount. He smirks.
Alex, do it now!
A few moments later, an army of pirates flows in from the tunnels. Sophie, Aline and Shen quickly become defensive, trying to fend them off. There was enough now that they stood a chance, their targets were clear. Using the commotion as cover, Pro rushes to Ulrich's side. He helps him get on his feet as he finally returns to his senses.
Where's everybody else? Vanessa? Fortem, the seer?
Ulrich looks down at the floor, ashamed.
It's too late.
He places a hand on Ulrich's shoulder. Shaking his head, he knows that Ulrich is wrong.
It's never too late! Come on, let's take them down! They won't get away with this. They can't.
Ulrich smiles and nods, and they quickly rush into combat. Things were starting to turn around and they were no longer outnumbered. Sophie, however, uses this commotion to sneak deeper underground. While everyone was distracted, his objective was clear. Grizz carries me and Demick into the room behind the war table. The massive spirit idol glows and radiates energy. It's beautiful. Through my faded vision, it only appears me more surreal and odd. He carries me to one side of the room and rests me down. I notice that the arrow in my chest is gone, replaced with blooded wrappings. He must treat me during the time I just lost. But what about Demick?
There were some supplies back in the crew quarters. I was able to treat your wound. No vital areas were harmed. It's almost like he did that on purpose. Unless you got really lucky.
He sighs and looks back at Demick, who had rested down on the other side.
But he wasn't lucky.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Seer. He's gone.
Oh. No.
But we can still fix this. This is what I've been wanting all along. A chance to tap into that idol's power.
He looks at the blade on my back. Reaching behind my shoulder, he undoes the scabbard. It falls to the ground. He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath.
Please, let me take your blade. This is the deal I made with Demick. To free the spirits from those suits of armor.
I look up at him, confused. Pain courses through my body and I tremble. I grab the scabbard and hold it tightly in my hands.
Please, Seer. There isn't much time. 20 years ago, I led the occupation with Sophie. The people I killed, they're trapped in those suits of armor. If you give me the blade, I can use the power of that idol. I'll release those spirits. I'll give them the freedom they deserve. I need to do this. It's the only way I can make up for what I did. And without the honor guard, this battle is won. Your allies can easily fight against Sophie and his men. There's still a chance to win here. We need to take it.
He looks down at the floor and his ears fall flat.
I know why I recognized you and your friends back at my office. During the occupation, there were people that looked just like you. I was just following orders. Trust me, I regret what I did. All of it.
Wait. Does he mean? Oh no.
Your parents.
Oh.
They were in Museo during the occupation, right? It's more than coincidence. This must be happening for a reason. They aren't dead, Seer. They're trapped in those suits of armor.
Oh. Notice a glisten of tears forming in his eyes.
Sent there by me. Let me free them, Seer. It's what they would want. It's what they all want.
My grip on the scabbard tightens. He killed our parents. I can tell he's truly sorry, but this is too much to take in. The pain in my chest gets more intense and I wince.
Here, I've got you.
He wraps one arm around me, slowly helping me to my feet. Together we take slow step across the room towards the idol. I look at Demick's body in the corner of my eyes, still and lifeless.
I stopped serving the Triumvirate the moment I got the chance. Being forced to live in those suits, forced to wear their colors. Nobody should have to suffer such a fate. We can fix this.
As we get closer to the idol, the earth starts to shake. There's a massive reaction coming from my blade. Grizz holds me tighter as the tremors get more intense.
I picked up some information when I served the Triumvirate. That blade has the ability to bend its power to your will. It all depends on what the wielder wants it to do. They want power, and so it gives them an army. We want freedom, and so that's what we'll have. Please, Seer, let me do this. It's all I ask.
Each step we take causes emotion to well up within me. It is all too much. It's all happening too fast. No matter how hard I think, I have no idea what to do.
I know it will kill me, but I've come to terms with that. It's a fitting punishment, considering what I've done.
I reach to the idol and I am almost blinded by its light. I can understand that Grizz wants his redemption, but his crimes against the world and our families were awful. I could always tap into the power of his idol myself. How would Vanessa and Fortem feel if I sided with Grizz? Some crimes are unforgivable. If it's one of them?
Please.
Oh my god, that's a big choice. It doesn't seem to lie. It seems it's the truth. Should I let him doing that or not? What do you think? I don't know what to do now. Everything is happening too fast. Okay. I want to see if it's tells the truth or not. I suppose it was, and it really felt bad for his action in the past. With a slight nod, I hand him the scabbard and he smiles.
Thank you, Seer. Stand back. This could get dangerous.
Doing as instructed, I stand there and watch him act. I need to back against the wall since the pain is still so intense. With that spiritual energy inside of him, the blade will kill him quickly. I'm glad that it thought it was a worthy sacrifice. Freeing the spirits and destroying the honor guard in the tunnels. The table will be easily turned, but come back from this defeat. He hesitates.
So I guess this is it.
Thank you, Silvegi, for the host. He closes his eyes.
I'm sorry, everybody. I hope you can learn to forgive me. In your final moments, know the Triumvirate will fall.
I see him take the blade out of the scabbard. But after that, I see only white. At blinding light. Grizz grunts, clearly overpowered by the blade. The ground begins to shake even more. It's worrisome since we're in a cavern. If cavern, that will be the end.
You're free now. And so am I.
The light slowly subsides, and my eyes start to adjust. When they do, I see Grizz dead on the ground, clutching the blade. The idol starts to flicker, its light slowly going dim. Was it over? I slowly walk over to him, but the tremors continue. With a violent shake, I'm thrown on the floor. Crawling over, I do my best to reach the blade. Would the honor guard fall? Was this truly the end of his nightmare? I hope that's the case as I arrive at the blade. Stabbing into the ground, I slowly use it to help myself up. It's hard because of the tremors, and I almost lose my balance. But with enough effort and strength, I'm finally back on my feet. It doesn't overpower me like before. This time I expect different. Like Grizz said, it bends to the will of the wielder. Everything has changed. I put the scabbard back on, but I hold on to the sword with a slight grin. I'm in control of it now. I stand there, using the blade as a crutch. With the ground shaking so violently, it's hard to stand up. It will need to go back to the triumph. They need to know about this.
No! What have you done?
Sophie charges into the room, catching me completely off guard. He stands there, panting, looking at the idol, and oh, it flickers. With a grunt of rage, he starts running at me, ready to attack. Because of the trembling earth, however, he stumbles a bit. I use this to my advantage and jump out of the way. Landing with a quick crawl, I'm back on my feet. We circle around each other, both hesitant to attack. I out the blade as it to threaten him.
There's so much you don't know.
He smirks and lunges forward to attack me. I'll out the blade to guard myself. I'm not sure what happens next. With a snap of his finger, mid-lunge, the blade suddenly vanished from my hands. A few moments later, it materialized in his. I don't have enough time to brace myself. It's already too late. Moments later, I'm on the floor with Sophie on top of me. So he can wield it, just like the vision showed me. Gripping the blade in one hand, he uses the other to punch me. Repeatedly in my chest, causing the wound to open more and bleed. I kick and scream in agony, trying my best to withstand his harsh blows. He's smart, so enough, the pain is too much to fight back. I can only scream and wince underneath him, enduring the assault. The cavern starts to crumble, and pieces fall from the ceiling.
There's no one here to save you, Seer. Your life is mine, and the rebellion is no more.
Smirking, he lowers the blade to my neck.
May the triumvirate reign eternal.
I use all of my strength to reach up and grab the blade. Trying to push it away, I realize there's almost no point. But soon after, the blade reacts to both of our touches. Another flash of white light engulfs the entire room. The pressure is relieved from my neck, and I hear Sophie struggle. Just like Grizz said, the blade reacts to the will of the wielder. But who is what was stronger? I raise up from my other hand to grab the blade as well. I close my eyes and focus with every fiber of my being. Spirits, please do something! Save me! Save us all! The light subsides, and I see Sophie looking down at me in shock. I can see the horror in his eyes, but I have no idea what just happened. Perhaps the blade gave me visions, like it did for me back in Valinor. He panics and throws the blade on the ground.
So it is true. The spirit realm is...
Slowly standing up, he takes a few steps back. Looking down in my eyes, I can see sadness within him. So many conflicting emotions, all in the span of a few seconds. He scoffs and turns his back to me.
Remember my mercy, Seer. Next time, you won't be so lucky.
To my complete shock, he simply runs away. I tilt my head to the side and watch him leave. The blade rests beside me, so I reach for it. But any hope of salvation is quickly lost. It's over. As soon as Sophie leaves the rooms, it starts to cave in. Rubble and debris block the exit, leaving me trapped inside. I look over at Demick's lifeless body and start to cry. My wound bleeds profusely and my vision slowly wanes. With my final moments, I grip the blade and pray for help. But before I slip away into nothingness, That help never comes. Elric and Pro stands back to back, destroying the honor guard with ease. The pirates, on the other hand, keep Shen and Aline occupied. They were starting to come back from this. They could survive.
Another one down. Come on, Auric, pick up the pace. If you lose this, you'll never hear the end of it.
Eric takes down 4 suits of armor with one swing of his sword.
Oh, we're keeping count. Then I think Alex and his crew are winning. But at least now we know who Demick chose.
They look over at Alex, who fights off Aline and Shen. He's an expert swordsman, one of the most impressive in the world. Moments later, him and his crew have the enemies surrounded. Aline and Shen pant heavily, worn out from the intense fight. But they look around at the fallen honor guard, realizing that outnumbered. The initial strike was devastating, but the rebellion was slowly bouncing back.
Where's Sovi?
I think he's gone to the idol.
Then that means...
Before I can finish talking, the ground starts to shake. Everyone is caught off guard, stumbling around.
It does! Shane, retreat!
But Sovi...
He'll catch up later. Let's not do anything stupid.
Shen nods and they start to run away. We're cornered near the tunnels, so it's an easy escape. Elric and Pro slowly march over, standing by their pirate allies.
What should we do? Should we chase after them, Ulrich?
No, let them go. We can't risk being led into another trap. They hit us too hard. We need to mitigate the damage.
They nod and back down.
We're a team now. We're here to help. If there's anything you need us to do, just say it. We owe Demick everything. He changed Mazeo's future.
Thank you, Alex. I have a feeling there's a lot of work to do. But before that, let's take care of the honor guard.
Roger that.
They all turn to face the suits of armor, but they're shocked. The honor guard remains perfectly still, not moving an inch. The continued shaking of the ground causes them to follow her. Hitting the ground, they shatter into pieces like an army of glass. A bright flash of white light emanates from the crew quarters. Along with that, the earth trembles with more intensity.
What's going on?
It must have something to do with the idol.
But they said Sovi was down there.
I think I saw Grizz carry Demick and the seer down there. Sylvie wouldn't want this to happen. So that means...
They're still alive?
They must be. Come on, let's go. Alex, man the tunnels.
You got it.
They start running towards the war room but don't make it very far. Ulrich stops in his tracks as he notices movement in the corner of his eyes. Vanessa and Fortem, they were moving. They must survive.
Wait, hold on. Pro, look.
Ulrich points and they both make their way over to Vanessa and Fortem. Crouching down, Pro offers his hand to Vanessa and Ulrich to Fortem. They help them get to their feet and they look shaken and traumatized.
What happened? How did you survive that?
He was totally convinced that you died. I can't believe your luck. I'm surprised.
They both look at the ground, almost as if they're ashamed.
I thought they were going to kill us, but they didn't. I don't really know what happened.
They didn't attack us. They pushed us to the ground. It's almost like they wanted us to stay out of harm's way.
It was their parents.
Yeah, we wouldn't have stood a chance in combat. I don't know why they wanted to help, but they did.
I think I know. Never mind.
She quickly changes the subject.
Where's the seer? Ulrich, take us to see him.
Right, of course. They must be by the spirit idol. Demick too, it's not that far. Follow me.
Deciding not to question Providence, they all follow Ulrich. In a time like this, it was best not to dupe your blessings. However, Vanessa remains a few paces behind, thinking.
Mom? Dad? Thank you.
My vision slowly fades back in, much to my surprise. I've been on the verge of death for what seemed like an eternity. I'm strong, my will and the power inside of me refuse to give in. Pain radiates from the wound in my chest, but I'm almost getting used to it. Sovi's attempt to make it more fatal had clearly failed. Or did they? I remember the thought I had in my mind the moment I faded away. I wanted to be saved. I wanted to make it through this alive. Could the blade have that much power? Could it have saved me? I backed myself up against a wall and lay against it. Then I scanned the room. Wait, what's that? A hulking shadow is on the other side of the room, whispering to itself. Demick's body is still on the floor. Who could that be? I look at the exit to the room. It's still caving in. Impossible. There's no one else in this room with us. Their ears perk up. They must hear my movements. Quickly turning to face me, they take heavy, slow steps. Stumbling from side to side. It's almost like they can't balance. I can't see their face. My vision is too blurry. But they won't make it to my location. They kneel down. While normally I would be frightened, I seem to feel at ease. They reach forward and place a hand on my chest. I didn't realize, but in my confusion, the pen had stopped. Or was it even there to begin with? Maybe I just felt it in my head. They let go and shake their head dismissively. A flicker of light from the dying idol illuminates their face. When I see them, I ask who they are, but get no straight answer.
Gaze into the abyss, after a lifelong journey, and plead. Beg for the answer to your most undying question, and tell me what would frighten you most, being left in silence or hearing an answer.
Hello, Ming Volfur. I don't understand. I shake my head. But something tells me that they look familiar to me. I'm too delirious to think straight. But so this thought goes nowhere.
The pursuit of an answer is more defining than the answer itself. For no truth can compare to the truth we've conjured in our head. Hearing an answer may rob us of purpose. We prefer silence.
Yeah, but I need answer.
But sometimes, the silence can be maddening.
Yeah.
We can convince ourselves that purpose is not important, self-destructive. Purpose breeds strength and victory. We desire victory.
Oh. He stands up and holds out his hand. I grab it and it pulls me to my feet. This is the first time I truly see him. He's covered in scars from head to toe. Almost as if under torture or something far worse. Tattoos adorn his arm much like those on Ulrich's body. Who was this?
We need no name. A name defines an individual. We are many, and therefore cannot be defined. This body is merely a tool. It bends to our will.
What? Is that the spirit in from the idol? Or for the blade? I can see now.
We know how confused you are.
What?
It's always the same. Come with me. There's still much we need to do. Demick, right? That's the name of your leader?
Yeah. Turns around and looks at Demick's body.
You said that name in your sleep. You called out to him, but only we responded. He lives.
What?
I took care of that while you slept.
He's alive? I look over and watch his chest move up and down. He's breathing. Almost in disbelief at this. What happened?
We will tell you both. There is much to discuss. With the exit cut off, we have sufficient time. A funny concept time. Perhaps another day,
Wow. We walk over to Demick and the mystery man takes slow steps again. His limbs appear stiff, as he's been in use for a long time. I kneel down and shake Demick softly, placing my hand on his shoulder.
He should have been awake by now. His wounds were grievous. He was saved. We were limited, but we did what we could. Rise.
He says this in a demanding tone, and Demick starts to move. His eyes slowly open and looks at both of us as he comes in.
Sailors? Am I dead? What's going on?
I laugh softly and tell him he's not dead. But he seems to have me confused with Salus.
Sailors.
Wait. His eyes are fixed on the mystery man as he says the name. I take a few steps back, confused and scared at the same time. Could it be possibly? No. There's no way. This makes no sense.
How are you alive? How am I alive?
He was the previous leader, buried in the room. Oh my god. This isn't right. Salus was dead. Our old elders, Robinon's founder.
Salus, the name of this vessel. He no longer lives. Do not use this name.
Oh my god.
As we said before, no name is required.
Yeah, they use the body as a... Oh my god, as a vessel.
We simply exist.
Demick and I look at one another, utterly confused.
Please explain. I don't understand.
The man points to the center of the room.
You will have a seat. You may be satisfied. Or perhaps not. We have some answers, but not all of them.
Uh-oh. I reach down and help Demick up. He grunts. There are no wounds on his abdomen. There's nothing. This will require some serious explanation, and fast. I take Demick over to the center of the room and we sit down. The other man, however, walks over to the exit and inspects it.
Trapped, as always. Do you trust your comrades? We think they are your only hope.
If they survived...
Yes.
Oh, he does know that. He walks over to our location and sits down. I guess all we could do was wait to get rescued. The rebel HQ was full of digging tools after all.
You will ask, and we may answer.
He sits in silence and waits for us to make the next move.
Who are you?
The idol is no more. Its energy was released. It may
Hello,
still glow, but
Strawberry.
it will soon go dim. Lifeless. Energy must be stored somewhere. Less wasteful.
Oh, okay.
Much of it went into that sword you carry. Some of it was used to heal your wounds. The rest? Well, we found a vessel to use.
Oh my god.
A vessel?
This body expired long ago. It offered no resistance and no identity. We thought it would be fitting. We desired a voice.
Oh my god. But who are you?
Who is we?
Yeah.
We are what you call the spirit realm.
Huh?
Until now, our power was stored only in objects. That, and vessels which had their own voice. Like you.
Hello, je suis un grand maman. Looks at me.
So, let me get this straight. The power released from the idol healed us, and it took over Salus's body so it could talk.
Correct.
Oh.
So, I'm talking to the spirit realm right now.
A portion. The rest resides in his body and the sword. However, the spirit realm is just a term you created to define
I'm
us.
okay.
We are more
Thanks for
than
the
that,
association.
and we finally have a voice in your world.
Oh my god. That made girls getting a little frightened. Yeah,
Are
me
you
too.
peaceful?
That is a relative term.
Oh.
Are you going to hurt us?
No.
What is your purpose?
Good question.
An impossible question. Do you know your purpose?
Ouch, Trobony. Ouch. Ow. Get well. Take care.
No, I guess not.
We only wish to aid you. Please do not question. It would please us greatly to see the triumvirate fall.
Oh, okay.
We are their victims, just as much as you are, Demick.
Victims?
You do not know the truth of what we are. It is understandable, because we could never tell. Using this voice, we wish to make our suffering known. And using this body, we wish to enact our vengeance.
Vengeance?
If this is acceptable,
It is
we
taken.
will join you after rescue. If rescue comes, that is. Until then, we talk.
Uh-oh. Demick nods. Is taking this very well, actually. After all, he's talking to the corpse of his former leader. But a strategy is needed to adapt to change and overcome it. Or maybe he's just numb from the trauma of these events.
Of course, but you need to explain. What is the truth of the spirit realm? Were we so wrong that you needed a voice?
We do not blame you for your interpretation. Given your situation, it made perfect sense. But yes, you were wrong.
Uh-oh.
Very wrong.
Very wrong? Oh my god. Me and Demick look at each other once more. I'd never believe this if we didn't just cheat death. But given the circumstances, we can't deny the truth. It was a living embodiment of the spirit realm. Much like the idols, but able to walk and talk as well. And if that was the case, then there were no more secrets. He will tell us everything about the spirit realm. Mama, thank you for the biddies. Crowby Dragon. Mama. The undying questions of our story finally answered. What was their purpose and why did they influence us? The answers would change everything forever. Eventually ending up in the war room, everyone looks around frantically. It wasn't much longer until we noticed the back corner of the room was covered in. Rather than digest the current events, they searched for Demick and the seer.
They must be down with the idol.
Can we even get down there?
Go back to the crew quarters, Fortin. You too, Vanessa. Bring us some equipment. We should be able to reach them if we dig.
Of course. What should we look for?
Pickaxes, shovels, stuff like that. Anything to help us get through that rubble.
Right.
They both ran off in search of supplies. It was clear the tunnel caved in, but how bad was it? They clinged on the hope that everybody survived.
Hey, are you sure you don't want to join them? Shouldn't they have some sort of protection?
No, everything will be fine. Alex and his forces are on guard. Nobody else will be coming or going.
Then what about Sovi? Do you think he's down there?
No, he's probably long gone.
But I didn't see him run off anywhere. We were all in the tunnels, weren't we?
That's the point, Pro. You don't see a man like him. He comes and goes as he pleases.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he crossed his arms, both confused and concerned.
What should we do while we wait? Are you sure you don't want me to help them?
I'm certain. We need to talk, Pro.
About what?
Let's say Demick did fall in combat. What would we do then? What's our next step?
I don't want to think about that. Losing Salus was more than enough. I'm sure he's alive. We'll find him.
But what if he's not? We need to think, Pro. Things would be in our hands.
Our hands?
Yes, we'd be the new leaders. How would we come back from this?
I don't know if we can.
That's why I sent those two away. I don't think they'd be ready to hear this. There's a very real chance that the seer is dead. If that's the case, then there's nothing we can do. We'd never be able to win this war conventionally. That blade in their power was all we had, Pro.
I don't know, Ulrich, but I feel like they're alive. They wouldn't give in so easily.
I guess we'll find out.
And we need to trust in the spirits, right? They showed Demick a vision of our victory.
But they also showed Valenorth's destruction. We know that was false. They attacked our HQ instead.
Are you saying the spirits were lying?
I don't know, Pro. It's too complicated for me to say. But something tells me that we can't trust the spirits anymore. If they come out from that tunnel, it'll be as changed men.
The mystery man takes a deep breath before starting to talk. Demick and I sit forward in awe, almost in disbelief at the situation. The spirit realm was using a vessel to speak directly to us. I'm not sure if you should be honored or terrified.
The rulers of this world, the Triumvirate, already you take up arms against them. This is good. We were unable to do so in our current state. We were trapped.
Trapped?
Trapped?
It all happened in the blink of an eye. Our glorious monarchy, destroyed in an instant. They showed no mercy. They showed nothing. Something happened. Something beyond words. We were simply living life, and then we were not. They forced us to watch them defile our world.
I don't understand.
Neither do we. But that is what happened. They stole our future. And our bodies. We were prisoners, bound by celestial chains as they had their way with our world.
Ooh.
So they didn't create Alestia?
Oh.
No. But they created you, the new residents of Alestia, built in their image of perfection to counter our corrupt nature. They stole our world and our future, handing it off to you.
Uh-oh.
This is incredible.
We do not share the same opinion.
No, I meant the story. I can't believe I'm hearing this right now. We always knew there was more to this world.
This is why we needed a voice. We've suffered for eternities, unable to speak, forced to watch, and cry for help upon deaf ears.
I have a few questions.
Of course.
So, the spirit realm is more like a prison, and it held you and your people captive? Huh. Then what are these visions and idols all about?
Yeah, that's the question.
Almost all of our culture has been built around them, especially Valenorth, which is where the seer comes from. Rumor has it that the Triumvirate wanted to destroy the idols.
Over time, we were forced to adapt. We changed. The idols are a manifestation of our desire to reach out. They gave us the ability, however minimal, to speak with you.
The visions, you mean?
Yes, but our power was limited, and we were censored.
Censored?
This is why we could never tell you the truth through visions. Whenever we did, the Triumvirate made you see something else.
Oh, it was a trick.
That's what they did this time then? We saw Valenorth getting attacked and strategized about that. But it seems like their plan was always to attack us down here.
Indeed, which is why we chose not to create another idol. Instead, we chose to influence the members of their honor guard, the barracks, the living quarters, the weapons. We did it all for you. We did it so you would survive this trap and help us seek vengeance. It seems the cost was dire, but we succeeded. We shall succeed again. We wish to aid your assault on Balteus and take back our homeland.
So you come from Balteus?
We lived all over Alestia, but Balteus was our capital. The castle there housed the monarch, our king or queen. We may have been corrupt, but we lived in peace. We were happy.
What do you mean by corrupt?
We are not certain. Perhaps there is inherent evil in all of us. The Triumvirate deemed that a flaw and rewrote the world. When your kind was first made, you were mindless slaves.
What?
Forced to carry out the Triumvirate's bidding. No free will. That is a gift we gave to you through the idols we created. Slowly, our corruption merged with the purity of your kind. That was the first step. After that, we created seers, beings capable of hearing our plight and leading insurrections. To this day, all have failed. We were not strong enough.
Wait, I know where this is going.
Uh-oh. The man stands up, motioning his arms to suggest that we do the same. Demick and I both do as instructed, dusting ourselves off while looking up at him.
Yes. That is why we gave the seer all of our power. Enough to wield that blade against your creators and our captors. The timing seemed correct. It is a gamble, but with favorable odds.
Whoa.
However, there is another matter at hand. There is no more spirit realm. The idols are all gone, and the power resides within us and that blade. The power within you, Seer, is immense.
Huh?
You carry on our legacy.
Ah, that's pressure.
So now, I will call you what you are.
Immediately kneels down and looks at the floor. Yeah. If I wasn't mistaken, it looks like he's throwing filthy.
Rightful heir to the throne of the monarchy, my king.
King?
I will serve you in this fight to take back our world. And together, we will all be free from their grip.
King?
King? We exchange glances, confused and shocked. The power inside of me made me heir to the throne. Knowing the truth of the spirits was enough, but this is too much. I take a few steps back, overwhelmed. How could I possibly be expected to process this?
Maybe we should slow down here.
We must not. To slow down would be giving them time. They've had enough. We've watched for far too long. The weight of our kind is upon you. Do not let us down.
Before I can even react, I hear a sound from the other side of the room. The rubble that blocked the exit started to crumble and fall to the ground. I can hear the harsh impact of the pickaxe. They found us! The man remains kneel on the ground. I tell him to rise. He obeys without question, clearly respecting my authority. He considers me his king. I have no idea what to do or say.
As you command.
All of us turn and look at the exit. It isn't much longer until light pierces through. The final bit of rubble is out of the way and Ulrich emerged.
Demick, we were so worried that you...
He immediately stops in his tracks, staring at us. It's clear that he's shocked at the sight of Salus. Vortem and Vanessa encounter us shortly after.
What?
Ulrich stepped forward, immediately cautious. He looks ready to grab his blade at a moment notice. I can understand how this confusion and shock manifest this way.
At ease, Ulrich. I'll try my best to explain.
Yeah. Demick stepped forward too, as if to guard both of us.
Everybody, let's go back to the atrium. There's much to discuss, and I'll tell you all the truth.
He looks over at the mysterious man and simply gulps.
Things just got a lot more complicated. For all of us.
We all enter the atrium and I notice Ulrich is still visibly shocked and angry. Pro seems the same, however it's less intense. They seem to recognize Salus. Even Vanessa and Vortem seems anxious. Our old and very dead elder alive? Bodies scatter the floor as well as pieces of white and gold armor. Rebels cry, cradling the bodies of their fallen comrades in their arms. There weren't many people left standing. It was a catastrophic attack. Demick walks over to nearby and waves over me and Salus. We follow after him and slowly ascend the stairs. It was time to tell everybody. When we get to the top, he rests his hands on the railing, taking a deep breath.
I guess this is it. Where do I even start?
He shakes his head. Before clearing his throat, he had a lot of ground to cover. The noise echoes through the atrium and the surviving rebels turn to look. Seeing Demick at the top of the stairs, they gather to listen to their leader.
They say that mercy is the mark of a great man. But there are no great men in war. We've seen that here today. War is only a game to see how much you can lose before giving up.
Thanks for the bitties.
But trust me, we will never give up. Join me, brothers and sisters. Grab a blade from the floor, even if it belonged to their honor guard. Take it. I'd prefer that. The Triumvirate may think they've crippled our resolve, but no. Each swing of that blade will carry the weight of our fallen comrades behind it. We will use that weight to crush their army and make them pay for this attack.
More rebels start to crawl around, looking up at Demick. They have smiles of emphasis as they nod along to his words. This inspires him to continue his speech, his morale rising quickly.
When the Triumvirate looks down on that blade in their final moments, I want them to know that they sealed their own fate. Mark my words, family. The Triumvirate shall fall. They will burn for what they've done here today. And in the end, they will beg for the mercy they were too unkind to give to us. We will free this world from their grip and deliver it to the hands of the righteous. Our dynasty will be marked with blood, yes, but theirs was marked with far more.
He looks over at Salus and motions for him to step forward. Doing so, a lot of the rebels look shocked, much like Ulrich and Pro.
The Spirit Realm has given us one final blessing. The truth, standing here before you, is not Salus. He has become a vessel. This is the Spirit Realm embodied, powered by our underground idol. Driven by the howls of countless spirits, he seeks vengeance. But he has also brought with him the answers to our every question. No longer shall we live in the dark. We know the true nature of things.
Everyone mumbles among themselves, clearly confused. I glance over at Ulrich and Pro and they seemed a bit more calm. As odd as this truth was, they seemed to trust Demick no matter what.
We are not the only victims of the Triumvirate's wrath. The Spirit Realm is not what we believed. Not at all. What we cherished and worshipped was a prison. A prison to house the previous residents of Alestia. Residents that were deemed too corrupt by the Triumvirate. As they were pushed aside, we were created to serve. The Triumvirate did not create our world, but they did create us in the image of perfection. We were pure and existed only to follow their every order. But over time, the previous residents reached out from their prison. Growing in strength, they created what we called the Spirit Idols. These were used to slowly give our people the gift of free will. Though pure, we lacked the abilities to be ourselves. This was the greatest gift we could ever ask for. They opened our eyes, allowing us to fight back. But so far, every insurrection has failed. This is what we will change, thanks to the Seer.
He waves me over and I take a few steps forward. The rebel stares at me with hope in their eyes. A perfect counter to the despair I saw earlier.
You see, the Spirit Realm is no more. All of the energy in that realm has found a new home. Some of it is in this vessel, and some of it is in the blade. But the largest portion resides within the Seer. That is why he is uniquely capable of wielding the blade. Alestia's previous residents, the ancient monarchy, are responsible. They saw a way to help us defeat the Triumvirate and took it. But you see, we no longer fight for ourselves. We fight for everybody. If we lose, both us and the monarchy perish. We cannot let this happen. We are the only people capable of carrying out this objective. There won't be another chance. No more seers, no more blades. We will show them that their vision of a pure world is flawed. But, in order to do so, I must step down as the general.
Oh.
You see, this army is no longer mine to lead.
What?
I'm sorry. This new truth changes both the world and our cause.
What? Demick motions for me to come closer, so I do. He smiles. I'm standing right beside him, resting my hands on the banister. I see such a wide array of emotions coming from the rebels' faces.
As I mentioned, the seer was blessed with immense power. But what he truly has within is the souls of the monarchy, giving him the strength to use that blade. He is our champion.
What?
But he is more than just our champion. He is our king,
Oh.
rightful heir to the throne of Alestia, our true ruler. By decree of the spirits, we are his to command.
What? All eyes are on me now. I glance over at Vanessa and Fortem. They are in complete shock and awe at this revelation, but I am too. Without saying anything, I reach back to the blade and put it out. I look at the rebels and hold the blade up in the air. The beams of light from the surface serve to illuminate its beauty. This elicits rigorous applause from the rebels as they cheer me on. I smile, looking down at my friends and comrades. In this moment, it seems like the hope we lost had finally returned. There was still lots to take care of, but we knew that this wasn't over.
If you'll excuse us, we need to make some new plans. But I'll have an itinerary posted in the barracks by morning. Until then, please do your best to clean up this atrium. And please, bring the bodies down to the spirit idol. It seems only fitting, and there's plenty of room. With that said, you're all dismissed. Thank you.
Demick turns to face me and salutes. He smiles, realizing his job is done.
Well then, back to the war table. We need to talk about our next step. Without a bigger army, we won't win. And I think I know what to do. Come on, bring your friends too. I'll grab Ulrich and Pro. Let's do this.
Something seems different about Demick. He's not as happy as energetic as he was before, but he seems a lot more confident and resolute. When I get to the bottom of the stairs, Vanessa and Fortem appear. I can tell that they're overwhelmed, but also seems happy for me. They seem to disregard the resurrection of Salus and focus on me.
I always knew you were special, but a king? And no more spirit realm. What's going to happen?
That is so cool, Seer! Or I guess I should call you King now.
King,
or
Azur,
maybe Monarch. I don't know, it's just cool.
He laughs and shuffles in place awkwardly. They may not want to talk about it, but they know. Everything feels off right now. Things are so confusing.
I hope that we can work all of this out. Let's go plan our next move with Demick. I wonder what he has in mind for us.
I bet it's something amazing. He might not be the leader, but he's still a strategist. We need to make sure that we come back from this loss.
Vanessa looks at all the bodies on the atrium floor. It's all covered in blood, likely to stand for a long time. If Salus could come back from the dead, then what about them?
Yeah, we can't let their deaths be in vain. Like Demick said, they need to give us strength. The only thing we can do is hope that it's enough.
We all arrive back at the work table, taking sighs of relief. Demick's speech was great. It helped the rebels find hope again. But they need more than wars to win the upcoming battle.
So, we need to find a new army. But recruiting Mazeans would take far too long. We need to take drastic measures and fast.
Drastic?
This is where my initial plan comes into play. We can use that spiritual energy to create seers. They could see the outcome of every battle, every attack.
What?
That doesn't make any sense, Demick. Visions
Thank for
lied
the
to the
BTs,
king,
Scrubberny.
led us into a trap. The Triumvirate could just do that all over again.
Yeah, exactly. I noticed that he used my tool title. It feels odd.
I'm not sure that's how it works. Beforehand, the visions came from their prison. That means the Triumvirate could tamper with the outflow. But now, all of that is in the hands of the king. There's nothing more getting in the way, see what I mean? The power of the spirit realm is now ours to wield, Ulrich.
That still doesn't make any sense. The spirit realm isn't what we thought it was, Demick. It was just a prison. How can that help us tell the future?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Before Demick can respond, Salute steps forward.
That was our culture. We all had this ability.
What? You could
It
see
is
the
how
future?
the monarchy lived in peace and prosperity.
What?
There was no danger left unchecked. No chance. The world was being guided to the one true future. It is not unlike the concept of fate that some believe in, but it is tangible. We knew where we were going. Always.
That's so boring.
That is why the Triumvirate was such a shock to us. An unknown variable in a future we completely mapped out. It was too late to adapt. We were already shackled.
But where do they come from?
We slowly learned to lend our foresight to your world. However, we were only strong enough to help one individual. This is the concept you have learned to call the Seer, or Seeress.
Okay.
Demick's theory is sound. There is no longer any interference. The source of this power is now the king, rather than a prison. He can freely give this power to any individual he pleases.
Oh, I should do that? Oh, I can do that.
Can he give it to himself?
We would not recommend this course of action. Every vision he induces would reduce his overall strength. It would whittle away at the monarchy, slowly killing us all. Furthermore, he does not know how to ration this power. He could end up expending almost all of it with a single vision. We would recommend giving a small portion of power to others.
Yeah, oh, I'm supposed to do that.
However, they would be rendered useless after this war. Using this power would be too much for their mind.
Too much.
Useless?
They would be unable to think for themselves, or at all. The king could only do this because he grew up with that power. Just like our culture. To receive it too late can wreak havoc on the mind.
You mean we're gonna have to use kids? Something for that?
So they'd just sit around until they died?
Unless you fed them.
Oh my god.
There must be another way. Just look in front of you. That energy could be used to bring back the forces we lost. We could create more vessels for the monarchy. More soldiers.
Eric was right. There was more than one choice here. It wouldn't be right to condemn our people to be zombie-like existence. If their minds died out after the war, they have no victory to enjoy.
We would not advise this action. We can barely maintain this form. The wounds that ended Salus are burning, as if freshly inflicted. It is only tolerable because of the immense power within us. Lesser beings would be feeling eternal pain, and death does not come easily to a vessel like this. Wounds endured during the war would add to this pain. We would not wish this punishment upon anybody. Life and eternal pain, a constant memory of their own death. They perished for your cause. Give them the rest they deserve.
Thanks for the BTs, survey game.
I don't know. An army of seers would be great for strategizing, but stealing their own future from them? That's wrong. On the other hand, bringing back the dead? I'm unsure.
The pain would fuel their rage and make them stronger. They could eventually learn to manage it with medicine. At least they'd have a future. The seers certainly wouldn't.
Oh my god. So I need to choose between zombie or dead seers.
There must be something else we can do.
Ugh.
Not if you wish to make use of this power. It is powerful when used, but limited in scope. I will help the king carry out whichever he decides.
Oh my god, I need to choose. Oh.
Right, I guess it's not my place to choose. Sorry, I must be still adjusting to this change.
Suddenly, all eyes are upon me. I have no idea what to say or do. Eternal pain or robbing futures. Spreading tears would ruin their mind after the war. They just sit in the chair while we fed them to remain alive. But an army of vessels that feel nothing but extruding pain. And not even death would come to free them from that pain. The body could get ravaged, but the power will still be inside. If only were possible to cure them of this pain after the war was over. Or, for that matter, I wish it were possible to preserve the seers' minds. But neither option has a foreseeable cure. This is a choice involving the war. We need an immediate boost in forces, and it seems that no cost was too high. What should I do? I'm gonna ask my friend. First, I'm gonna ask for them.
You're asking too much of me. Sorry. This isn't something I could possibly decide.
Yeah, that's why I didn't choose you as a future seer. And Vanessa.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Oh.
I really can't help you this time.
This judge will affect the future of Alessia. Between eternal pain or temporary pain, yeah, I'm gonna choose a less. An army of seers would be the most useful. With your foresight, we could dodge every attack. That would be essential as we attack Baldeus. It could help us strategize as well. But the true use would come on the battlefield, calling out attacks and preventing ambushes. I make my choice known to my allies. I met with uncertain gazes as I expect. There was no right choice in this situation.
Very well.
So, there we have it. What happens next?
I will take the king to the idol and help. After that, we must all convene in this war room. A strategy is required for this newfound army.
They all nod and step closer to the table. I follow Salius out of the room, carry out my duty. As we leave, I can hear them planning and I feel hopeful. We will turn this defeat into a most profound victory. Until my leadership, we will witness the triumvirate fail. I follow Salius back to the room with the spirit idol. It's dark and dim. With his death, the monarchy was imprisoned no more. However, existing within Wethels and the blade, was that considered freedom? I wonder what will happen to the monarchy after this war. Their bodies are likely long gone. What will become of them? I wonder if there's a way to reverse everything the triumvirate has done. But there's no time to think about that. It's time to create our army. Much to our luck, before we began, Milus arrived at the rebel HQ. Alongside him was a massive amount of people from Valley North. His evacuation was successful. This meant far more soldiers. And it also meant a large number of volunteers. Knowing the importance of being a seer, they wanted to help. I suppose it was only fitting that we kept this tradition within Valley North. But part of me felt bad. I was doing this to my own people. We were made aware of the repercussions. We still agreed. That made me feel a bit better, but didn't relieve me of the guilt. It was just like I thought. The blade is an extension of the wielder man. Salus told me how to wield it, and I rest the blade on the volunteers. Almost like a knighting ceremony in the story of old. I declared them serious. But he also told me that the effects wouldn't happen immediately. They need to be watched carefully for the next day or so. When their power kicked in, they could act irrationally. After that, we make our way back to the war table. I can only hope that things go as planned for our future. When we arrive, it seems like Demick already had a strategy.
Absolutely not.
Ulrich, we have no other choice. Our forces require more than one major boost. Going to Alarinthia, we could convert them to our side.
They don't want to be converted, they want blood. Plain and simple.
There's something we can do.
We could seek the help of Vivian.
Who's Vivian?
Who?
Alarinthia has a rebellion of its own.
Oh.
A group of people who want to change the way it's run.
Oh.
We could help her journey to the throne in exchange for her help.
I've never heard of this.
Apparently they follow after ancient ideals. An Alarinthian legend that wanted to change the nation. So far it seems like none have been strong enough to do so.
It's because strength always wins. Plain and simple. And with strength and power, they don't want anything to change. They only want to secure their own rule. Alarinthia is always the same.
Well, the mainland has never reached out before, right? If we team up with them, yourself included, we could win. If that's not possible, then maybe we can cut a deal with Draku.
Who's Draku?
Draku? He wants nothing more than to flex his power.
Oh.
He may rule over Alarinthia, but he's no ruler. Trust me.
Well, I think we have a good opportunity for him, actually. What better way to show strength than to dethrone gods? There's a couple of avenues to take here. We need to do this.
Excuse my lack of enthusiasm, Demick. I think there are more pressing matters at hand. We still need to decide what to do with him.
Him? It is his head towards Salus, who shakes his own head in return.
We require no maintenance. We simply wish to fight and teach. Our legacy demands to be passed on.
Oh.
There you have it. I don't think there's anything we can do. He won't be of any harm to us, right?
That's what we thought about the Honor Guard. Are you really going to gamble on the spirits again? What if there's a chance he's just lying to us, Demick?
We have no reason to lie, and we do not appreciate this accusation. Using the Honor Guard, we fortified these tunnels. It is thanks to us that you survived this ordeal. Many of our citizens were sacrificed in order to do this. Controlling the Triumvirate's forces was taxing, to say the least.
Then why did they kill almost all of us during the attack?
Our control was strong, but not strong enough. It was easy for the Grand Inquisitor to overpower us. Until today, he had never set foot in these tunnels. We do not mind answering questions, but we do mind being accused of wrongdoing. Everything we've done to help your cause.
To what end?
The Triumvirate's end.
Eric concedes, simply shaking his head. It seems there was a counter to all of these objections.
I think we should just trust him, Ulrich. He's answered so many of our questions. Things make more sense now, wouldn't you say?
He doesn't respond. However, Fortem step forward.
What should we call him, though?
We do not require a name.
Yeah, I already said that.
You might think that, but you still need one. It's out of convenience, not necessity.
Convenience?
Yeah, Nobody really needs a name. It just helps us talk to one another, you know? It's especially helpful in battle, or while strategizing.
Very well. We will think of a name.
Okay. However, before much time passes, Vanessa interjects.
How?
Huh?
That's what Demick said, right? Driven by the howls of countless spirits. It seems fitting, given the circumstances.
Vanessa,
We accept this moniker. However, we must discuss another matter. This strategizing you speak of, we wish to help.
Hello, Gigi.
That's my job, actually.
I'm okay.
And look where it got you.
Yeah.
What?
Uh-oh.
Your blind faith in spirits caused all of this. Our judgment will not be clouded. We wish to take your place. Remember, you are no longer in charge. This is the king's choice.
Oh my god, this is my choice. All turns to face me.
We wish to be your advisor, Monarch.
Oh.
We've watched this world for almost an eternity. We know how the enemy works and thinks. It would be the wisest course of action. Demick is responsible for this catastrophe. He would be unfit to give you advice in the future.
Hey.
That is absolutely untrue. In this world, we learn from our mistakes, Howl. We don't condemn others based on bad decisions.
Perhaps that is why you are easily oppressed. There is no room for error in this final
Hey,
days.
calm down.
Perhaps in the future, you can atone for this.
Don't make me choose between the spirit and Demick, please. I can tell we're about to get locked in heated argument. To avoid this, I slam my hands down on the war table, startling them. A loud echo reverberated through the room as I assert my authority. Oh no, this choice will affect the future. He has all the knowledge of the spirit and all the stuff for an eternity, and Demick. Well, it's Demick, so... I have to follow my instinct. And my instinct tell me that Demick should advise me. So I'm gonna say Demick will advise me as he always has. I let them know that I want Demick to be my advisor. I agree with everything he said, and I still don't really know how. Being an advisor required both knowledge and teamwork.
Very well.
Thank you.
They still stared at each other with evil eyes. I could tell that animosity was growing between them. However, it was never the time or the place for that.
Those matters aside, we still need to make our next move. There's an upcoming ball in Alarinthia. It's held annually. The palace is open for a few days only. We can go. It's likely that Vivian will make a move against Dracu. If she does, we can use that as an opportunity to form an alliance. If she doesn't, then we can seek out an audience with Dracu. Either side would have a wealth of forces to offer. We need their aid if we're going to win the final battle. I'll get the boats ready. We can leave tomorrow morning.
Another choice, I guess.
I'm sure Alex will be able to give us a capable ship. If we're going to make this ball, we need the best of the best. Ships were part of our terms, so I'm sure he'll be able to comply.
He gathers up some papers and starts to walk away.
Meet back here in the morning, all of you. We can go over any last-minute stuff before we leave. The rest, we'll have plenty of time to discuss on the voyage.
We all nodded one another before leaving the room. I'm thankful that I'll be able to get some sleep, however little. I make my way back to my room, constantly checking my back. Then never catch off guard again. Next time we fought, it would be their end. All has now permanently joined your party. I enter my room and let out a loud sigh. I can finally relax. As short as my rest would be, it was better than no rest at all. I noticed that I was followed, but I expect as much after what happened. It was all. He approached slowly with resolve in his steps. However, it doesn't seem hungry in any way. That was good since I sided with Demick.
We must express displeasure at your decision. Demick made a mistake and remains unpunished. The lives that were lost beg for justice. We are that justice.
Demick was only believing in his spirit like we all do. Now that we know the truth, he would approach things differently. He would never intentionally let us into danger. He's honorable.
Honor?
He crosses his arm, impressed.
Honor is a term used to stay the hand in difficult situations, Monarch. When the final drop of blood must be spilled, and your honor stops you, what then? Is the future of our world on the shoulders of those so weak?
Hey. He scoffs.
Do not concern yourself with honor, if the enemy does not, and this is why they win. Concern yourself with the correct actions, not the right ones.
Hey.
That is all the advice we have for you today, Monarch.
Correct.
But we do not trust Demick to make the right decisions in the future. The fact that he left the honor guard alive is proof of that. He hesitates. This hesitation will not go away simply because he knows what we are. The truth of the spirit realm does not change strategy on the war table. With that said, we will leave you be. Ruminate on this in the future, my king.
He gives me a slight bow as a sign of respect before leaving. Being the Exodus wielder was intense enough, but being the monarch. Thankfully, I had the support of my friends that would keep me strong. Thanks for the bitties, strawberry. I lay down in bed and it isn't much longer before I drift off to sleep. When I wake up, rested and refreshed, I head to the war room. Everyone is there as expected. It's time to get things moving. Hello, Rastaban. Demick approaches the war table, fiddling with the wooden figures resting on top of it. They represent different things. The figure for the rebellion he places on Alarintia. Our next objective was clear. We'd be sailing to the Far East to secure an alliance.
Each year Dracu holds a ball. Essentially, it's to show off his power. It's open to the public, which means Vivian will likely make a move. I'd say it's either an assassination attempt or a tournament request.
Yeah.
During the ball, we will meet with both of them. Our goal is to secure an Alarinthian army to help us out. If we do this, our chance of success will increase tenfold. Each party, if they're willing, will likely request something in return. It may be impossible to avoid being caught up in Alarinthian politics. If it comes to anything extreme, we will have Ulrich help us out.
Another choice.
I trust there are no objections?
Nobody raises a concern, but I can tell that Ulrich is upset.
We will set sail immediately after this meeting. I've
Thank
already
for the
arranged
bitties,
transportation with our
Furry.
pirate allies. It's a 24-hour voyage, so pack your essentials.
24 hours.
Food and drink have already been pre-packed. None of us should go hungry or thirsty during the trip. And there are enough beds for us all to sleep, too. The voyage will be a nice time to get some relaxation in. However, once we get to Alarinthia, we have to be serious. Our success directly affects our odds of surviving this war. We've ensured that our comrades received a proper burial. They're resting with the spirit idol, and we'll close off that passage. For their sake, please leave it undisturbed. They deserve rest.
He inspects a piece of paper in his hand before continuing.
The volunteers from Valinor are starting to have visions. They will accompany us to Alarinthia and help our cause. Thankfully, there were no side effects or losses.
I'm glad.
We have our army of seers, Monarch. Hopefully you'll get to meet them soon. With all of that said, I think it's time to end this meeting. Are there any questions before we head to the shipyard? Remember, once we leave, we may not be back for a while.
4 step forward.
What exactly happens at this ball?
I'm not sure. Dancing and feasting, I'd imagine. Dracu wants to pamper everybody he can. That's his goal. If his people are happy, then there's less fighting over the throne.
Oh, so he never went there, okay.
So basically one big party, then.
Yeah.
Correct.
Awesome. The last party we were ever going to have was cancelled. Let's say we finally have your induction ceremony, eh, Seer?
Yeah.
Except now it's not for being a Seer. It's for being a king.
Yes. We all know that each other. It's true, my last ceremony was cancelled. It was Dracu's party, but we could celebrate for our own reasons.
Just try not to draw attention to yourselves, all right? It may be a party, but Alarinthia's fate will change behind the scenes. Remember why we're there, and don't lose sight of our original goal.
Of course.
4 steps back, satisfied.
Why didn't Vivian make a move at any of the other parties? I guess I mean to ask, what makes this year special? What if we go there and she ends up doing nothing?
If that happens, then we focus on Dracu. At the end of the day, we still have an option. We're just planning for many possible scenarios.
All right.
Vanessa nods, her curiosity sated. There's a brief silence and no further questions.
Very well. Dismissed. Let's pack our things and meet at the docks. We'll set sail in 3 hours, so don't be late.
Oh my god. With that said, almost everybody rushes out of the room. Except for All, he stays behind and eyes me down. Before I get ready to leave, I ask him what he wants.
We've been given a room in the crew quarters.
Yeah?
Please stop by and see us before you leave. It is important for us to learn more about you.
No! He bored at me before leaving. Hey!
Until then, Your Highness.
Okay. He was definitely taking his monarch thing seriously. But given his culture and the power within me, it makes sense. I'm not sure, Corey Dragon. I take one last look at the war table before heading out. The war table is used to track your relationship with each character. Oh, okay. Your amount of arts, and he gets how many arts to art you have complete. When a character art goes race 4, you can click them to access to a special scene. These scenes are required to earn each character loyalty. The loyalty of your followers affects both morale and their fate. Do not neglect art-to-art conversation or the special loyalty scenes. When you wish to depart for Anerentia, return to Mazeo docks. Okay. So basically, we need to complete everything to get the loyalty of everyone here. So of course, the first thing I could do is... You're not ready to earn Demick royalty, okay? What? Okay. Yeah. Maybe there's no scene available right now. Okay. I'm gonna save here. So we have purity 50%, corruption 10%, morale 15%. So it's pretty low now because we lost many people here. Purity is rising, corruption is rising a little bit too. So that's a choice here. You can never know what causes purity and corruption. The goal is meeting 100% of purity. Yeah. So far so good, I guess. And here we have a scene with Sovi. Okay, Crowley 7. Yeah, it could be interesting to see the chronicle here. Sovi and his crew quickly made their way back to the docks. Heading in the other way, much like before, they gathered their bearings. Things hadn't gone according to plan. Their true mission was a failure.
What happened, Sovi? I thought you had everything under control. Get in, kill the seer, and destroy the idol.
It's not that simple, Halen. I tried my best, and it wasn't a total failure. We've dealt them a blow from which they'll never recover.
And you think the Triumvirate will be okay with that? They don't tolerate failure. I'll get dragged into this too. I don't want to suffer due to your inability to succeed, Sovi. Let's not even mention the Blade of Exodus. You just let them walk away with it. I can't believe you were so foolish.
Don't worry. We'll get the job done. They'll be happy enough with Demick out of the picture. It'll buy us time while we formulate another plan, Halen.
If you're lucky enough to get another chance, you mean. You'll need a pretty good excuse to get away with this.
Sovi sighs, looking down at the ground. Yeah, Sir Veggie, but doing some zombies with eternal pain, no, I can't choose that. So I choose the less evil plan. But I'm gonna see what's going on after that.
I hesitated, Halen. I had him in my grasp, and I hesitated. There was something in my head saying not to kill him. The same instinct I always listened to and am praised for. That instinct has yet to let me down. I feel like he was meant to survive this battle. We'll have more chances to kill him in the future. Besides, with the condition I left him in, he'll be an easy target. Next time we cross paths, even a child could take him down. This isn't as bad as you think, Halen. Today, we won.
For your sake, I hope they buy that excuse.
No, Halen. We must never tell them the truth. Tell them the seer slipped through our grasp. I trust you to keep this silent for the time being.
You want me to lie for you now?
It's for the best. Just trust me. I would do the same for you, Halen. Together, we will acquire any lost honor.
Fine, but next time I'll watch you. If you can't finish the job, then I will. There's no place for hesitation in a time of war.
Sovi nods and Aline walks away. This leaves Sovi alone with Shane.
So, how are you feeling?
I'm fine.
You look conflicted.
I said I'm fine.
Look, you killed Demick, Shane. I can understand what you're going through.
Oh, can you?
Yes, I did the same thing in the past. Before I joined the Triumvirate, I killed them all. Liars and cheaters deserve no less of a punishment.
You looked so sad.
Hello,
though.
Rankovu.
Like, how do I know what you said was true? A face can say a lot more than words ever can.
He was sad because he got caught, Shane. He thought you were dead, so he didn't expect it. You rose from the grave to deliver your vengeance. That is an opportunity he shall never have. He didn't hesitate to send you to your death, remember? There's no reason to give him a courtesy he never gave you. Offering that olive branch is a good way to get yourself killed. There's no going back now, Shane. You're one of us. After what you did, you're their enemy. For good.
Huh?
Yes, but you are no longer an enemy of the Triumvirate. They will sing your praise and give you your every desire. The victory of our battle was all thanks to you, Shane.
I'm not sure how to feel.
Sometimes you need to act rather than react. Push those feelings aside and focus on survival. There are many rebels who will seek you out for revenge. And I expect you to show all of them the same treatment. Welcome to the Inquisition, Shane. The right side of history.
Okay. So, we can exit. No, that's a church. So, yeah, I guess. The church. Yeah, what do we have here?
Hey,
No, that's just side. So we need to go to the shipyard. No? Azur Tavern. As soon as we enter the tavern, the smell of ale assaults our nose. This wasn't anything like Peregrino, it was an entirely different well. Bottles of foreign alcohol lined the shelves. I had no idea where to start looking.
Good call, Seer. No trip to Mazay was complete without coming here. If it's time to relax for a bit, I'll just take a seat at the bar.
I don't know what's the band, Mama. It's Act 3 or 4, I guess. He gives me a slight smirk and immediately takes a seat. A bartender I can only describe as overwhelmed takes his order. Pro takes a few steps forward and afterwards takes a deep breath.
You just can't beat that smell. If you need me, I'll just be checking my mail. I've been in Valinor for a while. I'd hate to miss anything.
Trotting off the corner, he starts to inspect his mailbox. Shelves with letters and numbers line the back corner of the tavern. He must bet to have an anonymous address or something like that.
Taverns don't really do anything for me, Seer. I don't mean any offense by this, but I'll be waiting outside. That's not to rush your relaxation or anything. No, you deserve it.
Okay. With a smile, he slowly backs out of the tavern. I guess this would be a good chance to talk with Pro and Ulrich. We haven't really had enough time to get to know each other yet. Vanessa and Fortem take a seat and start talking amongst themselves. I guess it would not be the end of the world if we wasted a little bit of time here. Ulrich is chugging a large cup of ale, and Pro is carefully reading over some letters. Okay. So now we can unwind a little bit with these two guys here. So maybe we can start with this one. Ulrich Artuat. I sit down beside Ulrich and look over at him. A couple empty glasses strewn about signal that he's already had a few. However, he doesn't seem to show it, not at all. He's calm and collected.
Hey, Seer, come to join me? I can recommend a few drinks if you'd like. Do you want something strong or should we start weak?
Let's start with something a little weak.
I guess we'll have to work our way up. Don't worry, you'll get to my level in no time.
He motions to the bartender and a few moments later I'm given a glass. Ulrich watches me with a smirk as I take a large swig and swallow it down. It is like nothing, practically water. Weak was actually an understatement.
Wish you went for the stronger one? Trust me, I started out the same way. Sometimes you just need to dive in.
Yeah, he's right.
Want another one? What are you in the mood for?
I want what you have.
Now you're talking. Here, I promise you won't regret this.
Oh. Once again, he motions to the bottle and I'm given a drink. I can tell that this one is stronger. It's exactly the same as Ulrich's. As time passes, I notice him start to exhibit signs of inebriation. I grip the glass and take a large swig. It burns. My ears shoot wide open and I try to not spit it out. It's a brief battle, but I can't really stomach it all.
Wow, you're good. Most people can't handle this stuff. Mazeo is known for its strong liquor.
He crosses his arms and stares at me with a blank look. But soon after, his facial expression becomes more stern. It's clear that the drink are starting to eat him, and fast.
I guess I'll stop messing with you for now. Truth is, I just wanted to see how much you could handle. It's a good test, a nice judge of character, and you passed.
Oh, I'm glad Mom was testing me.
You learn a lot about someone by how they hold their liquor. You're strong, at least. You have a strong will. I respect that. This is part of how they do things back in Alarenthia. I know I say I hate it, and I truly do, but some of its culture sticks with me. You left Valenorth, so it'll likely be the same.
I guess so. He waves to the bottle and we brings him another drink. Honestly, I'm surprised he's still coherent. That's crazy. Swinging it down, he lets out a sigh of complete contempt.
Sorry for rambling on like that. If there's anything I hate, it's a one-sided conversation. Is there anything you want to ask me? Right now, I'm an open book.
That's... yeah. Tell me about your love life, Ulrich. Well, you were just talking about our in chat, yours. Okay, I'm very curious. Thank you for the biddies, Crowy.
There isn't one to talk about, but that's by choice. I prefer to keep things casual without any strings.
Oh, casual.
I have my reasons, but it served me just fine.
Okay. He smiles at me and takes another swig of his drink.
Don't worry. I've definitely noticed your interest.
Oh!
So that's why I'm making things as clear as possible. Knowing that, do you really want to continue down this path?
Yeah, definitely do.
Good to know, because I share the same interest. When you live as long as I have, you pick up on these things. No need to make a big deal out of this. It's just fun.
Okay.
When we get back to our new HQ, Demick will give you a tour. My doors are open. If you want to do this, I'll be there.
Okay.
Just don't tell anyone. You know how rumors spread.
Oh my god.
Either way, I think I've had enough. I'm gonna buy a bottle to bring to my chambers.
A whole bottle?
Feel
Oh
free
my...
to join me if you
oh
wanna
my
share
god,
another
oh my... Okay. I know they stand up, but all of the drinks hit me at once. I stumble back and Ulrich catches me, wrapping his arms around me. Oh my god.
Hey now, watch your step. The ground here could do some real damage.
Okay. Rather than letting go, he lets his hand wander around my body. My heart increases and I feel his hot breath crack my neck.
Actually, I think I'll get a few bottles from my place. Something tells me we'll be having more fun than I thought.
Uh-oh. A few moments later, before overstepping any boundaries, he lets me go. Bringing a few bottles of wine, he keeps his word before moving on to other things. Socializing with the tavern patrons, it seems like our moment was over. I guess we had to get things back on track. As enjoyable as that was, we had business to take care of. Hopefully we had more time like this to unwind in the future. Okay, that was interesting. Oh my god. Maybe we can stop here right now. I'm gonna save and do a small raid to conclude this stream tonight. Maybe next time we can do the other romance scene, but I think I have enough. I had enough emotion for tonight because, yeah, I'm a king. I had to do some very difficult choice. We almost died. Yeah, and we had some nice romance scene for tonight. So yeah, it's Too much. Okay, gonna save again. Okay, it's saved. So we're gonna do a small raid. I'm gonna quit the game, I guess. Here. Okay. So we're gonna do a small raid to finish that stream. So let's see. We're streaming right now. Let's see that. And tomorrow we have retro gaming waiting for us. Zelda: The Wind Waker. So let's see what we can raid now. Oh, Keep is playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. That's very interesting. So let's go see Keep the Malamute. That's a very interesting game. Okay, so I see you tomorrow at 9 PM Paris time and 3 PM New York time for the retro gaming stream of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And don't forget to support me on Thursday for the horror stream of Blair Witch at the same hour. Okay, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. See you next time. Bye time. Have a good time.